This conference will now be recorded.
So hope you are able to see my screen. So as you see here, I have created Ansible server and node as well. So today what we trying to learn is that new topic in Ansible, that is Vault, and we say it as Ansible Vault. So Ansible Vault is another important topic. So what happens in Ansible Vault is that, as you know, till now we have created multiple scripts, many scripts we have created. So this is a folder, some files are there in this. Let me open this with our Visual Studio.
Hello, Madan.
Sir, can you
Yes,
share
yes.
the screen?
Can
Oh,
you
sorry,
please
sorry.
share the?
Okay, sorry, sorry. Thank you. So whenever you get a window, yes, say trust the authors. So we have done multiple applications, right? When multiple playbooks have written. So for example, these are all other scripts which anybody can see it. Like, no, if a fresher joined and he has assigned some work to do in Ansible, right? He may execute this. He may to try this. He may execute these scripts unknowingly. He may execute these scripts. So when he execute it, then the actions, the task, whatever we mentioned in this, will be executed, and because of that, some bad results may come out. That is the reason these such things should not happen. Then we have to use a concept called Ansible Vault. So Vault will do what? It will encrypt this script. It will encrypt this script completely, so that if anybody want to execute this playbook, he cannot execute it, because it is encrypted and it is password protected. We can create a password for the YAML file by using vault concept. So using Ansible Vault, we can encrypt it, the password. So if anybody want to execute it, he has to provide password. Without the password, that particular YAML file will not be executed. So that way, Ansible Vault will help us. And sometimes what happens, in most critical scripts, we also add here username and passwords also we provide here. So and some sensitive data also will be there in the scripts. In the configuration files, some of the files may have scripts as well. Sorry, some sensitive data also may be having. So all will be open, right? All are shown directly to everyone. Whoever using it, they can see the code and they can know what is username, what is the password, what are the sensitive data, everything they can see it. That is also another issue. So to avoid to see what content the script having, then we have to encrypt them. You have to encrypt them. So for example, this is a file, this I don't want to show to this script, I don't want to show to anyone. Then okay, session has expired, no problem. So that way we use Ansible Vault for that purposes. So let me write it down, the same thing. Our data inside the playbooks, so we can secure it using Vault, right? And also in playbooks, right, sometimes we will configure username and password, right, in variables. We have used variables, right? In variables are variable files. So therefore everyone can see it, everyone can see them, which is not a good practice. So this should be avoided. So to avoid these things, we go with Ansible Vault. So one minute, let me. So when we are dealing with sensitive data, we should secure that data, right? So for doing all this, for to secure, therefore to secure the data inside the playbooks, we have to encrypt these files with Ansible Vault, right? So how can we encrypt it? So let us see some commands. So what commands we have? So till now we saw Ansible playbook, Ansible command, these various commands we saw. Now we have, suppose you want to encrypt a file. For example, I want to encrypt one of the file. For example, this is a content, so there's no file is there. So vi deploy some app.yaml, right? And here insert mode and paste the content, right? And here another thing is small change while copying. Let us copy, don't copy the source code we don't have, something like index.html. Index.html is a file, only single file I want to copy. And here I don't want to use, I'm using Debian, right? Oh, it's okay, no problem, it will be that index.file. Here index.file is not there, so create one index.html. Here you write some text, insert mode, Ansible words, so some HTML tags. So this is the small HTML file, right? That is fine. Now if you see, if anybody want to play, if anybody want to execute it, they can execute it, right? So simply they will say Ansible, that we know already, but I don't want to allow it, I don't want to allow it. Then how can you encrypt it? Then we have a command called Ansible Vault. We have a command called Ansible Vault. Then we have to use a keyword called encrypt. Ansible Vault is the command name, and encrypt, what you want to do, that is action. This becomes your action. What action you want to do? This is the action I want to do. I want to perform on which file? What is the file name? What is the YAML file name? So here I have your file name. That's it. So if you do this, then your file will be encrypted. Okay. This, right. This step you have to do. Now let me try this. If I say here something, if I say cat deploy, then I can see the content of this complete content I can see. But I don't want to show them. I don't want to execute them, right? Then if I execute it, it will be executed fine, that is no problem. But I don't want to allow it, then you should say Ansible Vault encrypt and then the file name. Okay, Ansible Vault and the file name. Enter. It will ask a password. Okay, it will ask a password. Prompts to provide a password. Okay, new password. Very careful when giving the password so that later you may not retrieve it. Okay, confirm password, something like that it will ask you. So here I will give you a password, something like I given some password, confirm default password. I given both passwords. Okay, note it down somewhere. Okay, now if a same command, if I use the same command cat now, see it is encrypted now. It is encrypted now, but you cannot execute it, but you can view it. If you want to see the content, you can view it. But every time, let's see what will happen. Now I want to view it, so then use view command. It will ask you password. You can't view it like just like that. So this is one step, and suppose you want to view it. To view a encrypted playbook file, then we have to use a command called here. You have to use view, then prompts for password. So here I will provide my password. See, now it is showing. When I provided password, now it is showing the content. Okay, it is lengthy, so you have to type down arrow. It will show the and it will end, and then press enter. And otherwise, press Q. Q will quit it. So that way you have to view. Suppose you want to edit something. Okay, you want to edit. Then in place of view, you can use edit. Again, you have to give a password. Then you can edit in your VI editor. And then after editing, you can come out of it. Right? So we have to use edit option. Okay, this way you have to do. Right. Then next is, suppose I want to decrypt it. I want to decrypt it. Or okay, before decrypting it, okay, you can do decrypting as well. So now I want to decrypt it. Then type just decrypt the file name. Again password. Now it has been decrypted. Okay, now let's view the content. You see, now I'm able to see the content. Just I'm seeing the content directly because it is decrypted now. Right? Now it is decrypted. Now if I say directly, I can do as usual. There is no encryption applied on this now. No more encryptions. Okay, let me encrypt again. It is encrypted again. Suppose I want to change the password. Now I want to change the password. Then we have to use, in place of encrypt, we have to use a new key, a new action, that is rekey. Rekey. When you enter rekey, it will ask you the password was vault password. I will say my old password I give. Now it asks me for the new password. Okay, then new password is okay. Something I have given. Okay, now new password. If you try to, if you want to open, if you open it, it will, anyway it will show you the encrypted data. No use. Suppose if I want to view it, it is asking password. I will try with my old password. It is saying decryption failed. Okay, if I give proper password, then it's showing the content. Right? So rekey. Okay, rekey to change a vault password. So prompts for old password. Provide new password. Now fine, it is fine. Now let me try to execute a encrypted password. Now I want to execute, I want to play my playbook Ansible, and what is that file name? Deploy. Attempting to decrypt, but no vault secret is found. You see, it is saying that it cannot run it. So if any fresher or somebody trying to execute it, they cannot do it. They cannot do it. So for that reason, what to execute it, what we can do? Right. Why to execute a encrypted playbook? Okay. Use below command. That is Ansible playbook and file name, right? And then here you have to provide a key called ask vault pass. This is a key you have to view. This is a key. So when you say this, when you provide this key ask vault pass while executing it, it will ask you, it will prompt you to provide the password. Okay. So here if an ask vault pass, now it is asking for the password. Now it is executing. So what it's saying, skipping no hosts found, right? I forgot to add the host file. So how can I add it? Vi, where is the etc for in Ansible? You have to create a hosts file. Host file. Here I'll say something like, what, by the way, what is a what host we have, all right, then no problem. Something I will give over here, dev section. In the dev section, let me copy my Amazon node 1 private IP, escape, done. It is done now. Now let me try again. As usual, it has been executed, right? So let us see, this is our security. Here we have to add HTTP protocol, add new rule. Anybody can have, everyone allowed to access it from the browser. So learning Ansible Vaults. Okay, the expected result we have received. Not fine. It is working fine. So that is about the vault password. And one more thing, you can also save your password in a file. You can save your password in a file, and you can give that file name as input. For example, we can store vault password in a file, and we can give that file name as input to execute the playbook. So how the command looks like? Here everything is same. Here you have to say hyphen hyphen vault password, vault vault password hyphen file equal to the file name. Just give the file name slash and a file name, the file where you have saved your password. So ls no files here. Let me create a file name, some secret file, something I will say. Okay, vi secret file. In this I will add my password. I have a password something like lion is my password. Saved it. Now this one I want to execute now. So instead of ask vault, I should say vault password hyphen file equal to secret file. Press enter. Was not found. Okay, put a dot over here and enter. So when I put a dot, it searched for it. It's a relative path. So it searched it, and it has not done anything. It has not done anything because it's already copied. So it simply said no changes. Changes are 0. So what we did, put a dot. If you're in the same location, simply remove the slash. If if you're given in a separate location, then just a slash. It will search it and it will find the file. Dot and slash. Right? For example, ls. Here I've given a wrong password, something like some lines are given. And this time I will try to execute the password, same command. This time it will failed. And decryption failed. Okay, because the password was wrong. Right? That's it. Any questions? Any questions, please?
Yeah, hello, madam.
Yes.
Yeah, where can we see these comments in Ansible documentation?
Uh, I will check the link. I will check the link, Naveen. I will check it and I will
Yeah,
provide you in the documentation folder.
yeah, sure. So it will be helpful for quick reference. These are comments like easily we can remind.
No problem. I will also provide you some PDFs also. You refer them.
Okay, okay.
Okay. I will
Yeah,
add more documents. Right. And periodically, even our course is completed. You periodically watch in the document section. I will be whenever I find new material, I will add in the documents folder so that you can utilize them. That's no issue. But as you
okay.
asked, don't worry. I will search it and I will provide a proper documentation. The one which I'm going to provide, it should have everything, but still I will see, right, in a website where they have
Yeah,
provided this. Okay. Yeah. Right. Right. Now, now let's see another example. Like yesterday in the previous session, we were discussing, right, how to use handlers. Handlers, what are handlers? These things we'll try to understand in a moment. Now, clear the screen. That is about vaults. If any questions about vaults, you can ask tomorrow also, or end of the session also you can ask, no issues. But anyway, that is about short introduction about vaults. Now let us try to understand a new topic called notify uh, and handlers. So that means, one moment please. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, just think over it. Just a bit. I'm just messaging. I got a message. Just a minute, please. Yeah, I'm done. Okay. So yesterday we saw a script like no, a copy is happening even though we have given spelling mistake yesterday. Apache spelling mistake we have given yesterday. So that Apache server has not started even though the copy was happened. So if conditionally if you want to execute some tasks, suppose if a task is completed, only then the next task should be executed. That means one task is completed, then the completed task will notify to another task saying that I am done, now you can start. If that scenario, if that way we can control our playbook, then that will be very helpful so that we can control the execution of tasks, right? So if you take some example like no, anyway here notify, we'll see tomorrow, we'll see now notify and handler concept, right? Now where is the example? We have one example, same example, right? So this is very lengthy one. Let me crop it. Let me crop it and I will edit it, same file. Right. The same thing will modify. So here I'm dealing with only one server, and that is our Ansible server. So I don't want to deal with what do you call this one, uh, Ubuntu server. So what I will do, I will remove it. This Debian I don't want. This Debian also don't want. Here you can say all, or you can say directly that dev, both are fine, right? Notify and handlers. Here we are installing, install Apache web server, that. So here we have get yum command, not http, it's present, okay, right? Then condition is if it belongs to Red Hat family. If it is okay, then our Apache will be installed. Then a copy should be done. Copying should be done here. You can change the sequence, no problem. After copying also you can start it, or starting after starting you can also copy, no problem, as per your logic. So I'm copying it now. I want to copy some files. Which files? Not this one. I have already my index file, right? I have just now created that. I will take. So it will save time, some time. For this example, some simple file is enough. Now this is done. Then once copying is done, only after copying is done, only then I want to execute this particular module, for example. Then no, and you can have tags also. You can have tags. We have already used tags, right? So you can add tags also. Something like here, tags. This is a tag of installing. Some you are installing tag. You can say something. You can give any name. Tags colon install, and here copying. For this also you can, I can give a tag, right? Something tags like what I'm doing here. I'm copying, right? So I'll say copy tag or copying tag. You can give any name, no problem. And then here comes the keyword. Here comes the notify keyword. So under tag, same. See the indentation. No extra spaces. Exactly here. Notify. So notify here you have to mention a string or a sentence or something, whatever you want, is a characters you have to mention that should match with the another keywords, that is handler. Let me explain you here. Notify simply here, what we have to do is the same thing what we seeing here. These both should match. So you can also, in short, you can say, instead of that, you can say start Apache web server, for example. So then you can use this same string, whatever you given, the same thing you have to do. If you don't give same, then notification will not be sent. So to send the notification, a notify will be sent. For that, you have to use this the same name. Whatever name you present here, that same thing you have to place over here. And then one more thing you have to do. That is exactly same under like no under your tasks, same under tasks, same level. You have to give your handlers. You have to give your handlers. That is colon. If you give now, what will happen? So once this copying is done, then immediately handlers will follow. Under handlers, this particular task will be executed only if a notification is given. If no notification, then this will not be executed. If copying is done, only then this will happen. If no copying is done, then this section will not be executed. Suppose I have executed this file, for example. First time copying is done. Immediately a notification will be sent to this handler. Handler will take care. It will handle it. And whenever it sends a notification, the notification will be received by this handler. And handler, then we can have multiple handlers. Here we have only one handler. So this handler, like this, you can have multiple handlers. So wherever this matches, that handler will take over it, take the control of it, and then it will pass on the control to execute the task. If it is not matching, then your application playbook will wait for some time, and then it will end the execution without doing anything, because it does not found any matching handler. Any questions, please? I've done nothing. I've just added just a new thing, that is notification, and this name should match with this name. In between, I've given a handlers. Immediately after notification, you have to give a handler. So if I execute this progress playbook second time, but second time, as you know, this is already copied, no change in this file. Your Ansible is a clever tool. If no change in this file, then it will not copy. It find that content is same, then it will not copy. If it is not copied, then this block will not be executed. If it is not executed, then there is no notification. There is no notification means this particular task will not be executed, right? That is the expectation. Okay, we'll try this one. So can save everything. Session experts. Oh, just a minute. Yeah. Right. Now here, let us create a new file, notify.yaml, something like that. Insert mode, escape. Now let me check my syntax. Mhm. Go to insert mode. Let me bring it match with the task level. Yeah, I believe hopefully it's matching. So about task is there, the same in level. I'm placing the handler here, and what else? Everything is looks fine. Yes, looks fine. Escape. Perfect. So what we did previously, it handler was below just two spaces right side, so it should match with exactly with our tasks. So tasks is a key, and exactly below that you have to give the handlers. Right, that is fine. Git without saving. Now before I run it, vi index. Let me change this index. I change the text. Notify and handlers. Now it will be executed. Copy. Now run. See, running handler has been executed. That particular task has been executed. Running handler. It's saying running handler. So the handler name, whatever given, that name is displaying over here. Right? Notify and handlers both now updated. Now let me try again second time. You see now there is no copying. No copying has been done. Why? Because the file has not changed. That is the reason the module does not raise any notification. Because it does not raise notification, handler section will not be executed. That is the reason this section we could not see. Right? So if you want to see, then you have to modify the file again. Only then it will, that particular content will be changed. Go to insert mode. So everything is same. Let me change the color something. So something like, I want to change some color of the text, something to green. Now let me try this time. Because the file has been modified, a copy should be done. Now you observe copying has been happened and handler also called. That means now the whatever instructions inside the handler are executed. Now it's restarted. That your HTTP server has been restarted. It started again. Then see, the logic could be anything. Here I'm giving some example. That's all. Okay. Now refresh it. Now the color has been changed to green color. So that is what the change we did. Right. Any questions till now? Right. If no doubts, then we will go to another topic called roles. Ansible roles. So this is another important topic. In real time, we use roles, Ansible roles. So normally, most of the time we use roles only. So what are roles? See, roles is a concept which will allow us to break the complicated playbook script into multiple sections, multiple parts. It will allow you. So that means when you create a role, see, we have a command called Ansible. See, there's a new command now. There's a new command called Ansible Galaxy. Ansible Galaxy is a command. This command, how you run, when you run I init some role name. Role name could be anything. Your role name. So this is your role name. So when you run execute this command, then this command will do you what this will create multiple folders. It will create multiple folders. Like for example, if you see my code here, my code is completely splitted. You see, my index file is somewhere, my deployment file is, my notification file is somewhere. In this file already I have what? I have both my code as well as my handler, right? If I here only one handler I have, but in reality we will have many handlers, right? So if you have many handlers, then your code becomes very lengthy. Everything will be in the same file. And one more thing, as you know, we have worked with variables as well. So when you are creating variables, you will create variables, also you will create variable files. So many things we do, right? So when you create variable files, again that also will be somewhere you place over here. So tomorrow, if your colleague asks you, saying that I want, do you have that particular playbook which can do this type of task? Then even though you did it, you cannot give him easily. Why? Because your variables file is somewhere, your what do you call, your playbook is somewhere, your handlers are so your playbook is somewhere, and your index here only index one file is there, but there could be multiple files like this. So those are somewhere, your configurations file be there. So many files, different files will be there, right? When these many files are scattered over and different locations, then giving him is not that easy. So you have to spend some good time to gather all those files, and then you can give it to him. But that is very tedious job. That is very tedious job. So this way, uh, to control all these things, we have to use roles. So roles do what? When we execute this command, when we execute this command, Ansible Galaxy init and role name, then it will automatically, the Ansible Galaxy command will create automatically some folder structure. It will create some folder structure. It will create some structure. That structure will enable you to keep your files in proper folders. That means, let me create that and let me explain you, right? Let me create it and then explain you. See, we have a folder called Ansible, already a folder called roles folder, where it is cd etc Ansible. Here if you see, we have already a folder called roles. Till now we have not used this, right? It is not mandatory to use only this one. You can create your roles folder here also. Here your or file set, you can create your roles folder here also. Here also you can create a roles, and you can do whatever activity you want to do, right? You can do this also. But normally you can create your roles like hosts we created. Similarly, you can create your host roles in your roles folder. Here is a roles folder. Go to roles folder, ls. So nothing is here. Now whatever activity we have done till now, this is activity. The same activity I want to split into different parts. That means index file, everything I would put in separate way. Let's see what I'm talking. I will explain in a moment. Ansible Galaxy init. Now what activity we are doing? We are dealing with our Apache, right? We are installing Apache, right? And then we copying it. You can give any name. Name is not material. You can give any name. I will say Apache only. Apache, what do you call, something Apache web, or you can give Apache something, right? Then whatever you want, you can give. Now it says that role Apache was created successfully. It says that role has been successfully created. Now ls. See, a folder is created, Apache. Now if you go to insert the Apache ls, you see we have some files: defaults, files, handlers, meta, tasks, templates, tests, vars. Okay. If you have tree, we don't have tree now. Tree command. Let me install the tree command. Why? I want to see what internally each folder what it is having. I want to see ls. So now we'll say tree. In a say tree, you see in defaults folder we have main.yaml. Files folder is empty. That means we have created index.html, right? That file you can keep in this files folder. So everything is inside this Apache folder. In that we have files folder. You can keep your index file here. The handler section, you observe carefully, we have around 8 folders. See, 8 directories, 8 files. That means every directory have their own file. Every file is same, main.yaml, main.yaml, everything is same. That means in the handlers main.yaml, you can copy this content. You can copy this content and you can paste it in your handlers file. Here in this file you can paste it. And you are in a task file, you can copy and you remove your task over here. Whatever task you are doing, those tasks you can, these tasks you can copy from here and you can paste them inside your task file. And you can copy your test file, sorry, index.html file in this folder. And your variables, whatever variables you want, those you can declare inside your main.yaml. It is structure, it's a proper structure. And if you want to test something, you can test it before executing. If you want to test it, you can write some test code here in the test folders. In the tests folder, you can write some test code in our test.yaml file. And in inventory file, you can, for testing purpose, you can give some IP address in our inventory file for testing purpose. Otherwise, your no need to give inventory file over here. Your normal inventory file we have in the host file, right? That will be used by default. So any default in data you can put in your main.yaml. Any metadata means data about data. So if you want, you can put it here. So that means just separating your code. So if anybody, if your colleagues asks you to ask that, do you have any code to deploy Apache web server in Amazon website, Amazon servers, then you can simply give this role, Apache role. When you give this, they can take it. But actually, we can create our the companies normally go with different, they use different tools. One is Ansible Galaxy. If you go to Ansible, click on Ansible Galaxy. This is Ansible Galaxy. Okay. When you click on Ansible Galaxy here, you also we have documentation as well. Go through it. When you click on the here, when you click on roles, these are very different roles created by different people. So just now we have not yet created our role, right? We have not yet created a role as of now. This role we have not created. When we create our role, we can upload our role as well. Like this, Apache is a role. I can upload here. When I upload it, I can see it. I can see it. Somebody uploaded a role here, right? Somebody uploaded a role. So these are different people. You can download them. See, one download has been done. You can download it. So suppose I want to filter something like Apache. Somebody if written something to install Apache. Let me search for it. So these guys, they did something. They mentioned here Apache 2 installation and configuration. They mentioned it. If we want to use, we can use it, but we will not use in real time. We will not use. Why? Because somebody written it. We can't trust them, and company will not allow it. Right? Company will create their own account, login account. Then employees can create their own roles. So that's a private data. You can say private roles. So only the employees of that company can access them. So here there are different roles are available. You can check them. You can use them if you want. So like that, suppose there are 11 downloads are there. If you click on it, for example, if you click on it or click here on the name, when you clicked on the name, we had 7 downloads. So here it's say installation, how to install. See, Ansible Galaxy role, install, and this is the name. When you install it, you can copy it. You can copy it and you can install it. For example, cd ls, I can execute over here. That role I can execute over here and press enter. So by default, it will be downloaded where? In your root folder. So ls-a dot Ansible folder will be created here. Get into that. Here under roles, a roles folder will be created by default. Go to roles there, ls. You see This is the file which we just now installed, right? If you open it, vi, something he has written, but ignore it, something he has written. So this way we can download. Similarly, there are famous developers are there, many developers are the famous developers are there. So by basing on the number of downloads we can get them. See, we have around 33,670 pages we have. So basing on the demand, how many downloads happen, basing on that we can understand it's most of the people are using it. So Terraform for Debian Ubuntu. So this is another playbook which will install Terraform on a machine. Terraform also is software, right? Terraform. So Ansible can install any software. It can install any software. If you want to install Terraform, you can use this one. You can click on download and you can check this. You can, so while working in real time, so anyway you cannot download them. So when you reach your home and you got an assignment and you have given some task to install Terraform through Ansible, then you can search like this. You can search like this and you can go through how they written it. You can go through them, go through the roles what I have written. You can copy them, right? You can copy them. You can execute on your local machine, right? Execute on your local machine. So then you can try to understand what they written, and you can, if you want, you can modify it later on. So cd dot, now this is another role. Now just now I downloaded this another role, so you can explore it. Vix, I'm sorry, actually I'm doing wrong. So previously also I did doing wrong. So get into this folder cdx ls. So in this particular roles, they have used only two folders, meta and tasks. Handlers, everything he has not used. Handlers, others they have not used. So get into tasks now. ls. Now you see here, he has created one main YAML and two dependent YAML files. Open the main.yaml vi main. So in this he has written some code. Ansible OS family when Ansible Debian install dependencies. This file is referring. How to refer a file? So this is another module. Whenever you want to include a module, whenever you want to include refer a file, like in Ansible variables, what we did, import tasks we used, right? Similarly, this another module, include tasks. So this will include another YAML file. This contains some tasks. Similar, this another file. And finally, what they're doing, which software they want to install? Terraform software present, if it is Debian family. But what task they included? Install dependencies. Let's see install dependencies. So this way you can improvise yourself. So ls now, okay, we have installed dependencies. Let's open what install dependencies contains. You see, a package is an array. These are all the packages they are installing. All the packages they are installing. Now this is another package called GNU PG2. They installing that as well. So they are ensuring before installing Terraform, they are ensuring that these all to be installed. Present. They are to be presented before installing the Terraform. And the version they are taking care. If see the same thing we discussed, right? The Ansible distribution version is you can use, or double quotation also you can use. Both are fine. Double quotation equal to 20.04 also you can use. Is directly when you are comparing with both major and minor version, then this is a way. Is version 20.04. Sometimes minor versions like 03, 02, 01 may be there. In that scenario, instead of checking major version separately, minor version separately, you can directly check both major and minor version, like is version, right? Like that you can improve your knowledge by seeing others code, right? ls cd dot dot. Similarly, previously what we installed, ls hidden, right? This also I have not done properly. ls, this also having roles.yaml file. He has not followed proper syntax, proper way. Anyway, roles YAML. So he is using directly. So now we are going to do the same way. Now we are going to do the same way in a moment. Just give me some time. Escape roles. We said install web. So install web is your. We now created a role with the name Apache, right? So same Apache. Here you have to give Apache. Apache contains all the folder structure. So here referring install web is saying. So if you go to ls, actually this is nothing but our Apache folder. We just now created that. He given a different name called install underscore web. When you go to this file, this folder, you will contain all the folder structure. All 8 folders you will see there. But this role, how you will execute? You will create a main playbook. In the playbook, you will refer this particular role name. We will see. We will do that in a moment. So just go to install ls. Here he has used only 2 folders. One is task and another is meta. Let's go to task ls vi main. Now what he doing? He install Apache apt using apt Apache 2. Install PHP. He is installing PHP as well. Installing PHP MySQL. He is installing PHP MySQL as well. But you see, there are no proper conditions, right? We cannot write like that. This person simply written it, but we have to do it properly by checking versions. Sometimes these installations will work on all versions, 18 version, 20 version, 22 version. Sometimes they may not work. That is the case. In that scenario, we have to do proper version checking as well. But this person has not checked. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that you have to go through all this code written by several people. I'm saying that you are not alone. When you are working in a company, you never need to afraid because lot of code available on the internet. So just you should know how to check, how to find in the internet. So this is Ansible Galaxy website. Go here, something like that. And here on the left side we have roles. You can create your own login. You can create your own login, right? Roles, and here you can find whatever you want to do. Suppose you want to install Jenkins using Ansible, you can try that as well. So this is script, you see, this script you can use, and you can see this is 56 downloads. So they installing Jenkins on OpenShift. So Red Hat, this belongs to Red Hat company. Red Hat has modified, they modified the Kubernetes, right? They say it as OpenShift is nothing but it's a wrapper over Kubernetes. So it's a Red Hat's tool anyway. That is another one. We no need to use that one. See the other things, right? So when you open it, just go through it. See, 14,559 downloads are there. $40,000 here. So go through it. Go through it and verify. How we verified? Similar way, you verify them. How they written, how they installing Jenkins through Ansible. Try that. You practice it on weekends. Now you know how to use Ansible tool. Now you know how to drive the car. Now speed it up, right? Slowly you speed it up by learning this way, right? So you have to learn how to take care all these things yourself. Right now, let us create a small role and then we will end up. Just give me 10 minutes time, please. So ls, right? Anyway, let me go to my roles folder where it is etc and Ansible and roles folder. Ls Apache folder is there. So go to Apache folder. This is my folder. Else here is my folder structure. Right? Before I do anything over here, let us draft the theory and then we continue with the practicals. Practicals is very easy, very simple. Like every other topic, this is also a easy topic. So roles are a level of abstraction. for Ansible configuration in a modular and reusable format. So now we saw how to reuse. Somebody written it, we able to use it, and you see how we tracked. I said you that this is the role name. In this we should see the folder structure. There we saw tasks data task folder. You know what is task folder because you know what roles are, and you know where you can find the code, right? So after executing one example, now you will understand more about the Ansible Galaxy website, right? So it is easily manageable. If it is easily manageable, if you go with roles, one word is as as you add more and more functionality to your playbook, as I told you, right? It can be become difficult to maintain. Difficult to maintain, right? So normally in real time we use roles only. Roles allow you to break down a complex playbook into separate separate and smaller parts, right? that can be that can be what do you call that can be these small parts can communicate among them. They can be there can be what do you call that can be called from a central point. For example, the central point here is example in our task folder. In the task folder we have main.yaml. This is your central point. So when you call main.yaml, this is your central point. So it will contain, like just now we saw example, right? Include what you call include underscore tasks. We saw a module name called include underscore tasks. So whenever you want to understand more about that particular module, we just now saw somebody written it. So you can go to Ansible documentation and you can verify there about the include tasks. So you will see more parameters about it like that. You can explore over there like that. Okay. Now when you written a for example, we have created a Apache. Now we have created a example, we have created a role something like, now this we have created here. I am creating a Apache. So when you create Apache, now inside Apache what to do, that will do in a moment. And next how to use it. So in now steps, right, is one step. And after there's another step also to do that I will do in a moment. But before that, how to use this role. Now role is created, fine, but how to use it? Of course again you have to create a playbook, right? You have to create a playbook. Now create a playbook. Okay, how you create a playbook? Something like the same thing, like posts, everything will be same, no change, all. And then what do you want to be, how do you be, do you want to install something? Yes, if you want to install, then you have to become a root user, right? So root user you became. Then here you have to use a new keyword. Till now we have used keyword like something tasks, etc., right? But this time a new keyword will be introduced, that is roles, colon, enter, two spaces. Then you have to give the role name. This is your role name, Apache. Copy it and here you can paste over it with the hyphen and role. Now like that you can create multiple roles. Suppose you have created another role. Assume that role installs Jenkins, for example. Something like you created like this, and here you created one more role like Jenkins. So this role in this Jenkins, we have written some code which will install Jenkins. Then, and you want to use Jenkins now in the same playbook. Simply you come over here and add that particular role here, Jenkins. Just say Apache name, that's it. Remaining playbook will take care. It will go to the Apache folder structure and it knows the entry point from a central point, or you can say entry point. And it will go to directly to the main.yaml. From here, it will start bootstrapping. From here, this is the main entry. This is the main entry, main.yaml. So when you say Jenkins, again, it will search for, it will go to your roles folder. By default, your roles should be in a roles folder, remember. So it will search for the roles folder. In the roles folder, it will check with the folder name with Jenkins, and in the Jenkins folder, it will search for a folder called task. In that, it will check for the main.yaml file, and main.yaml file referring other folders that we will see in a moment. So like that, you can do you can add multiple roles. Now you see how small your playbook is. All clutter has been moved to respective roles. Assume if you doing everything in the same file instead of roles, and you are doing everything like installing Apache, installing Jenkins, the same file, then imagine the length of this script will go it will easily cross more than 50 to 60 lines. Instead of that, move that junk to Apache folder, move that script which installs Jenkins to Jenkins role, right? First of all, let me try to understand how our Apache role, how we can create our, how we can divide our script, the same script which we have written just now. So Control C, ls. Now you see these are the files, and you know in these files I have to keep my index file, right? So what I can do, cd files. Here I will create an index file, index.html. I'm sorry. Insert mode. Here I will say, right here, some coloring will give. Let's give some coloring, some interesting orange color, the text color. Here, learning Ansible roles. Okay, that's all. Small text. Save it. You see where we are. Okay. Now if you say tree command, not here. If you say tree command, you see under files we have the index file now. We have here. Now go to tasks now. Go to our task file now. Cd tasks, right? Or in short, we can say what we can do, vi, okay, without changing to the folder. You can directly say vi the task folder slash task. Oh, I'm sorry, vi, and that's a task folder, right? Tasks slash main dot, just say main tab. So I will be here in the Apache folder only, but I'm opening the main folder which is inside our task folder. Okay, enter. So it will look like this, that main.yaml, it will look like this. This is a comment. This is beginning of the YAML file, and this is the comment. Hash means comment. Task is for file for Apache. Okay, this is a role name, so automatically the role name will come over here. Insert mode, come down, press enter again. Again, one more comment will come, you remove it. Then what I have to paste here? Only the task which I want to do. No need to copy this one. You should not copy this one. Just copy the task, whatever you want to do. Up to where? I have not modified it. Up to my copy come, up to here, my notification. Up to my notification. Right? Copy this. It's not copying. Just copy this part. Okay? Under tasks. Copy it and paste in our file. Again, there is a indentation problem. You see, big indentation problem. This headache. So, as I told you, this should be matching under. It should be exactly under name tag. Okay, and this again delete two spaces. Right? YU from here, two spaces. YU, two spaces. Name here. Then again, what is that? State your update and your tags. and your when condition. This is when condition. Any extra space? Don't think so. So similarly, your copy, two spaces, exactly. This is a proper now, right? The same thing I'm copying now, and yeah, index.html is fine as it is. Escape, save it. Next, go to handler. Now we have to open copy the handlers in the handler folder. So vi handlers slash main. Now this is a handler. Insert. Now copy the handler part, right? Copy the handler part. There it is. Here is my handler part. So just you have to copy the handler section. That's it. That's all. That's all. So the total code we copied, right? We are separated, right? We separated. So it's a small example. You may be not finding much difference here, but this is starting point. So when you see others code, then you learn more. Now when you say now again vi, sorry, tree now index file is only we can say different, but remaining we copied in main file. Another under we copied over here. Remaining we have not used. Variables, these things we have not used, but if required we can use it. Next what? Next cd come to root ls. Now I will create now a new playbook. I will create a new playbook. Okay. See the roles folder here I created, I will remove it. It will be confusing. Right. Now what I will do, vi something like run roles, role Apache, or simply say if only Apache is some in real time we'll have multiple roles, right? Run roles dot, yeah, I will say run roles. Insert mode. Here I want same thing. Start beginning the YAML file and then you can give her hosts. Hosts colon all and become true. Or yes, you can give true or you can give yes, both are same. Some scripts you will see true as well. Now here as I told you, roles is a new keyword you have to use. And here a hyphen symbol. And then Apache. Apache is our role name, right? Whatever role name you are given, that name you have to give. Like that, if you have created multiple roles, then enter and add one more role here, something like role Jenkins. That means for this you have to again create a new role. Ansible Galaxy in it Jenkins, like this you have to say. If a Jenkins is created, then the same folder structure will be created, and the logic of Jenkins will be copied into those files like we did with our Apache. Same way you have to do, and then you can add in your main role. This is your main role. As of now, this is script is very small. Escape. If anybody, if you give this script to anybody, then they understands. Okay, he's referring to role name Apache. Then he know how where to find the Apache folder, right? Save this. Now running, executing is same. Ansible, Ansible playbook. Space run roles.yaml. So it's giving some error. What is that? Failed unsupported parameters. solid 1050. HTTPD. Mostly this could be your indentation issue. Mhm. Everything looks nice actually. No issues. I don't find any issues. The spaces, no, that's the problem. Spaces, we have to copy. When you copy paste, that is a problem. If you don't copy paste, then it works fine actually. So due to some spaces, it may come like that. So what error it is giving? Do you get it? Are you able to understand the issue? If yes, you can tell me, no problem. Or something, whatever you think, your ideas. Unsupported parameters for Ansible legacy.dnf module tags. Okay, let me remove this tags. Maybe this tags creating some problem.
I don't know. There is no Jenkins now for now the YAML file, so that's the reason. Only Apache have seller HTTP. That's not we are doing any Jenkins file.
Did I mention Jenkins in my code?
Yes, yes.
Where I did that? Where I did that? Where I did that, Naveen? You said I have not.
In roles,
Oh, is it? I have removed it
yes.
actually. Let me check. See, it is not there. It is not there. I have removed it. I've shown you, but I've removed it. Okay, I've removed it. So that could not be the issue. But issue could be it's saying that about module tags. It's saying so tags having some problem. Let me remove the tags because as of now it's not required. Let me go to that TC Ansible. Any other thoughts? So let me remove these tags which are not required anyway for this demo. If it is creating some problem, we'll see deal with this later. Okay. Now let me run the playbook again. Right. Oh, sorry. Yeah, the playbook has created the problem actually. The tags has created the problem, right? If you read it carefully, it is saying module tags. So it's saying unsupported parameters for Ansible legacy DNF. So you try why it has given problem with the tags. The tags are fine actually, but fine. But let's see why it is so. Is the ordering wrong? Okay, maybe the ordering may be wrong. Let me try this way. ls anyway it is built now. Anyway the code has been built, and if you execute this now, you should see learning Ansible roles. Okay, the code is working properly. Now this is a small example about creating a Apache role. Hope you are understanding it. Okay, so very simple, right? What we did, we created Apache, and then what we did, we have separated our code, this particular part, to our task. In the task folder we have moved it to in the main.yml, which is in our task folder, and then we have moved this part to our handler folder. In the handler folder we have main.yml, there we moved. And finally what we did, we also created, we have not using this index.html anymore. We moved it to our files folder, right? That way we have separated. So it's very easy. Tomorrow if you want to add some more code to a handler, for example, then you know what to do. You can directly go to your etc folder, Ansible folder. There you can go to your roles, and there we have our, as of now in this example we have only one role, but try with Jenkins, try with Terraform. So you know where you can get it. From here you can get it, you can download here and you can try. While trying, you understand what they did by going to the Ansible documentation. Here we have the Ansible documentation. Go to the documentation, go through it, right? So, and then roles. In this, we have only Apache role as of now. So go to tasks now, main. Oh, it is YAML file. So I'm saying CD should say VI. So what I came here. So I'm trying to see whether the order is wrong. I forgot. So tags equal to install one tag I've given, right? This tag I want to give here, escape. Let me check now cd. So now let me run the command. Perfect. So issue was in my code, this tags should be not not after when, it should be after when condition, not before the when condition. That is a mistake. Okay, that is a mistake I have did. So after the condition you put your tags, not before that. Fine. So any questions please? Hello, any questions please? How many left? Shibin, okay, already left. Okay, okay,
No,
then
I'm
thank you
done.
for your time. Hi Shibin.
Hi, Madan. Yeah, can you wait for 2 minutes after the
Sure,
session is
sure.
over?
So thank
Thank
you
you.
for, perfect. I will wait. So thank you for your time. Have a good day. We will meet tomorrow at same time. Thank you.